Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Star Rail Theory video. Today, I'll be talking about the Aeon of the Elation Aha. They are one of the most interesting of all of the Aeons, so I wanted to talk about the mysteries behind them as soon as I could. Also, if you like this video, consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot and I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, let's move right on and get into the video. Aha is the Aeon of the Elation, and they are one of the most unique among all the Aeons. They search only for sources of laughter, and wish for everyone to understand the delights of joy. They see everything throughout the universe as humorous in some way, and will go to great lengths to get a laugh. Aha has given their blessings to at least two factions, with the ones we know of being the Mourning Actors and the Masked Fools. Interestingly, the Mourning Actors never actually wished to follow Aha, which I'll talk about more in the next section. The Masked Fools willingly follow Aha though, with some lamenting that the other Aeons are much too stubborn for Aha. Now, Aha is chaotic in every sense of the word. Herta describes them as a monster and a headache for her, even in her simulated universe. You see, the Aeons in the simulated universe are just equations in a computer, and shouldn't be able to figure that out. However, according to Herta's dialogue in the Quest Simulated Universe Second Closed Beta, Aha has figured this out multiple times. Anyways, in the real world, Aha is still just as chaotic. They have no sense of self-consciousness, are utterly unpredictable, live on a whim, and are said to play mortals and the universe like a fiddle. Herta also says that they are both confused and clear-minded at the same time, and won't stay confined to a single concept. This Aeon is such a headache for Herta that she has considered trying to block their self-consciousness in the simulated universe. However, she worries that this could attract the real Aha, putting the space station at risk. Now, like I said earlier, Aha will go to great lengths to get a laugh. Within the same simulated universe quest, the simulated Aha tells the story of when they once infiltrated the Astral Express. To do this, Aha shapeshifted into a human and laid low on the Express for over a year. When they got the chance though, they blew up half of the Express and also an entire planet. This event was a huge catastrophe, but to Aha, it was just a little prank on Akavili. The first related entry to Aha in the simulated universe's logs tells of another one of the Aeon's so-called pranks. This time, Aha wanted to see if they could get a noblest worm to enter the Genius Society. They gave the worm their blessing, granting it power and fathomless intelligence. However, the worm was not able to enter the society. Aha had given the worm the entirety of their path's power, then just took it away after the experiment failed. When it lost the Aeon's blessing, the worm was said to have died instantly and tragically. A member of the Genius Society, Elias, recorded this event in great detail. Herta isn't exactly sure why, but she guesses it was because he was so shocked by this. With just these first few stories, it's not hard to see how chaotic of a force Aha is, and it makes me wonder what our encounters with them will be like. Perhaps some characters we have met are already affiliated with the Elation in some way, while others are waiting to cause chaos on different planets. Maybe we'll even be granted the power of the Elation path at some point, but that's for another video in a couple weeks. As for the characters, I'll talk about those later in the video. For now though, I think it's time to talk about some factions of the Elation. Starting off the factions, we have the Mourning Actors. While they do have the blessing of Aha, they did not really want it. In fact, their beliefs seem to directly oppose those of the Elation. Instead of embracing the joys of life, they renounce them, finding it better to endure grief in order to temper their spirits. They believe that life is full of ups and downs, and that agony makes people mature in the long run. They think of fleeting joy as a lie that offers only hopeless and unreachable temptation. To them, cheap entertainment is just a narcotic for humans to lose themselves in and distract themselves from the hardships of life. With these beliefs, the Mourning Actors travel around the universe in a gondola that spans the stars. In their travels, they collect and wear masks from different worlds. These masks symbolize races that currently live, as well as those who are long gone. They record the sorrows of the intelligent life they find, making tragedies and elegies for them. So, with all of these beliefs that seem to oppose elation, why do they have the blessing of Aha? Well, elation and sadness are emotions on two sides of the same coin, meaning you can't have one without the other. Aha still perceives power in the beauty of tragedy, as there is still some form of entertainment in a tragic story. Emotions are found in any story, and even dark humor is still humor, especially to Aha. So, Aha granted the Mourning Actors their blessing, allowing them to travel the galaxy even though they renounced the source of their power. Now, if we get a story revolving around the elation in the future, I think both the Mourning Actors and the Masked Fools will play a big role. The Masked Fools would represent comedy, while the Mourning Actors would represent tragedy. As for when this storyline would happen, I think it would be far beyond where we are now. On our visits to different planets, we could get hints and little bits of foreshadowing about both factions of the elation. We have already gotten a few hints like this through a few different characters, with the biggest being towards the end of the Belobog Trailblaze missions. Like I said, I'll talk about these characters and these hints in the final section. Before that though, let's talk about the other known faction of the elation. This other faction would be none other than the Masked Fools. Unlike the Mourning Actors, this faction willingly follows Aha and shares their ideals. They tend to hang out in taverns that they run across the universe, often telling stories of their beloved Aeon and laughing about the truth of the world. One story that they enjoy telling is a parable of the birth of Aha. The Aeon of Elation was said to have climbed to the highest branch on the Tree of Existence, where they would look out to see the cold void of space. Amidst this darkness, they saw a baby fall down to the ground and cry. Upon seeing this, Aha burst into a clear laughter, one which people say still reverberates throughout the universe to this day. Once again, this shows that Aha could find almost anything funny, a sentiment shared by the Masked Fools. Just like Aha, they will do whatever it takes to find laughter, including causing havoc wherever they go. They will laugh at people of all types, from heroes and kings to lovers and scholars, hoping to create surges and change in the stagnant pool of life. They believe the truth of the world is a joke, and that the ultimate meaning of all things lies in laughter. The universe may be merciless, but joy and elation eliminate pain, dilute sorrow, resist nothingness, and heal wounds. Now, as for their importance in the main story, I feel like this group will make many more appearances than the Mourning Actors. The Masked Fools like to cause chaos everywhere, with the strange plant on the Herta space station even saying that there is a Masked Fool in disguise somewhere on the ship. I don't think this group will have a huge presence, at least not until the Elation storyline. Instead, they will act in the shadows, providing more laughs and comedic moments. With that said, I think it's time we get into some characters who may be affiliated with the Elation in some way, and what it all could mean. Before I get into the big character from the end of the Belobog Trailblaze missions, I'd like to talk about someone named Jose Lazaro. This character once worked at the Herta space station, being a part of the Department of Galactic Geography. He was also once part of the Nameless, and traveled for a time on the Astral Express. It was also said that he spent a great amount of time in taverns run by the Masked Fools, meaning he may have joined their group. One day, he blew a hole in the side of the Herta space station and flew away in a spacecraft. This event became known as the Station Breakout Incident, and fits with the ideas of the Masked Fools. As I said earlier, the strange plant aboard the space station claims that there is a masked fool in disguise on the ship. This fool could be Jose, returning after the incident he caused, but his friend Wen Hu-ren says that he is not there anymore. It is possible that he just took on a different appearance, or that is just someone else entirely. To me, I think this fool is more likely to be Jose with a different appearance, as he would know the space station well. If the fools want to cause chaos here, who better to send than someone who used to work there? Anyways, I think it's time to talk about another character who has ties to the Masked Fools. This character is none other than Sampo Koski. Towards the end of the Belobog Trailblaze mission, Silent Galaxy, the Trailblazer has a dream that shows Sampo talking to an unknown figure on a TV in Rivet Town. Here, Sampo gives many hints towards his affiliation with the Masked Fools. He says that people like him are better suited to shadowy comic relief, and that it was time to make his curtain call, making it all seem like a show to him. During the conversation with the unknown figure, a place called Epsilon is also mentioned. This same place was mentioned in the databank's entry for the Masked Fools. Then, when Sampo says goodbye to the figure, he tells them to send his regards to the guys and girls in the tavern. Like I said, the Masked Fools often hang out in their taverns. At the end of the scene, Sampo turns to look at the camera, talking directly to us, the players. He was not the first one to make a fourth wall break though, as technically this was done by the simulated Aha that I mentioned earlier. They both know the truth of their situations, but still find the comedy in them. To me, Sampo is definitely part of the Masked Fools. Who knows, we may even get another playable version of him in the future that walks the path of elation instead of nihility, but that's for another video. And that's all I have for you today about Aha and the Elation. They are one of my favorites of all the Aeons, and making this video has made me love them even more. I really hope we get a main questline revolving around them someday, especially if we get more foreshadowing about the Elation and other quests. I would love to hear which of the other Aeons you'd like me to talk about in the comments below as well though. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sources and further readings are also in the description if you want to check them out. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next video.